Go, look. Come on. Ooh. There you go. Let's move all of this. Yeah. I'm gonna slip and fall. I never know when's a good time to go live. I think we need to all comment and agree on a time that everybody can make it to this live, and then that way I can answer people's questions, because a lot of people were surprised that I now have 2 babies, not just one. What's the matter? Here you go. Ooh. Here you go. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Who's in here? Who's in here right now? I'm currently cooking. I feel like that's a good time to talk to everybody. I'm making arroz moro and ribs again. Good morning, Tia, or good afternoon, Tia. Sorry. Good afternoon. Tia, girl, you always here. You're always here. I love it. And of course, I'm making ribs again. Last time, I know I was making ribs, but I'm making ribs again today. I need a timer on this. How long is it supposed to be in here for? Okay. All right. So today I'm making arroz moro. So what it is basically yellow rice with the bean and with like a red kidney bean in it, and you have to season it. So put my sofrito in there, put some olive oil. I'm gonna start seasoning. I'm using garlic powder. So we did the garlic powder. Then I'm gonna put some adobo. Adobo's in there. So we're basically like seasoning the bean. Everybody makes it differently, okay? There's no right or wrong way. It's just the way you want to make it. I make it differently. I take tips from my Spanish friends on how they make it, and that's how I incorporate what I like to put. Now we're going to use Maggi, caldo de pollo. And I'm going to take this half piece right here. I'm going to throw it in there, but I'm going to crumble it up first. Let's see if you guys can see this. Let's see. Roll this up. the way. Okay, right there. See that? Boom. Boom. Kaboom. We're gonna mix that up. I have the stovetop set at 6. And we're just mixing that up together. What am I missing? So we put garlic powder, sofrito, adobo. So first I put olive oil, put it on, let it get warm. Then I put the bean in there, the beans. I think I threw it out already. Let me see if I can find it. I didn't throw it out, so where is it? Did I put it back in here? That'd be so funny. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I use this. Sometimes I use the Goya brand, but today it's fine. I just use dark red kidney beans, and I put that in when the olive oil was warm. I put it in there, and then I mixed it together, and I kind of like let it get warm, and then I put the sofrito, which is this right here, and then I mix it together. I'm gonna bring this down to a 4. Mix it together, start seasoning it. Yummy. Now I'm gonna do 1 packet of sazon, which is this little guy here, in there, and then mix it around. I'm gonna do 1 more spoonful of this sofrito just to juicen it up a little bit. And then I'm gonna grab some tomato sauce. Some people put the tomato sauce, some people don't. Completely up to you. Don't want to put tomato sauce today. Maybe I should try it without. Let's try it today without the tomato sauce. Some people says it gives it like a metallic taste. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Okay. So yes, I have 2 babies, guys. So I got pregnant with Sony Love when Sophie Love was 2 months going on to 3 months. I found out that I was pregnant again. It was a complete shock, but I was very happy, of course. Very blessed. And Sony Love is now 7 months. And they're both here, obviously. I'm watching them. I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mama, which is the way we always wanted it to be anyway. So that's that. Okay, so now that I seasoned this and did everything that I wanted to, we're gonna put the rice. So I put the rice in here, I clean it up a bit, then I strained that water, and then I put in the rice. I'm gonna mix the rice first. Gonna mix it in first with the beans before I add the water. Hope you guys like watching me cook. I don't know. So Sony Love was born April 7th of this year. She is my chunky baby. Such a cutie, of course. Now we're gonna put in 2 cups of water. For 2 cups of rice, I put 3 cups of water. This is 2 cups right here. And I'm gonna add 1 more cup of water. Boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Now I'm gonna mix that water in. Bring this up to like a 6-8 on high heat. So Sony Love was born April 7th. With Sony Love, I explained, but I think I was talking like a lot in the last live. But Sony Love actually stopped growing in my belly when she stopped growing at what was it? I can't remember. A couple weeks behind, because so my placenta measured like it was 36 weeks. I think it was. It measured at 30. It looked like it was So I think it was like 36 weeks, and then I was induced at 39 weeks. They don't let me go past 39 weeks because of my history of infertility and losses. So they always induce me if I haven't gone in, like if I haven't naturally gone into labor. With Sophie Love, it was a little bit of a different scenario because I was so sick with Sophie Love. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember, I had pneumonia, I had COVID, I had the flu. So with her, I kind of went into labor on my own. I was not induced, but by the time I got to the hospital, they decided to just speed up the process because of how sick I was. Fast forward to Sony Love's labor. With her, I did need to get induced. However, they didn't pick up on the fact that that she stopped growing in my belly. Had they, then it would have been an emergency induction to get her out ASAP. But they didn't catch that. Tisk, tisk. However, luckily, Sophie Love, no, don't take this from her, please. This is hers. You finished your baba? Oh, you did your big girl. You did your big girl. Yeah. Good job. Okay. Sorry, guys. She was kind of taking away her stuff. Um, yeah, they didn't catch that actually. So my OB's office was transitioning from being a full-time like OB to just going into straight gynecology. He doesn't want to be doing OB anymore because he says he wanted to have a life of his own with his family, which is understood. I guess being on call is just very tough, but it's still very sad for me anyway because he's such a good doctor and I loved recommending him, but he's no longer doing that. However, we do have plans for the future where I can still see him. So I'll explain that after I explain the whole story with Sony Love. So basically, when she was born, I did get induced with her. I had an appointment to go in at 39 weeks. And so they did the induction, and everything was smooth sailing for the most part. I started off with IV meds for the pain, and then they did nothing for me other than make me feel like I was high. I hated it. And then I went straight into epidural because I was in so much pain. But the thing was, is that with the induction, like I went from 2 centimeters dilated to 7 in an hour. So my body just like went straight into like labor mode. And so, of course, that pain was like excruciating and it didn't give me time to really ease into the pain. It was just kind of like, my body was like, all right, you want to go into labor? Then let's do it. And it was just a blink of an eye. So I was in a lot of pain, and the IV meds didn't do much for me. It just made me feel sick. So I was really nauseous. So I gave birth to her. Everything was great. I gave birth. I did 6 minutes of pushing, and she was out. I didn't tear, thankfully. And then right after, I threw up. All thanks to the IV meds. Um, and so that was that. Then when the doctor saw the placenta, she was like, "How far along are you?" And I was like, "I'm 39 weeks." And she was like, "This placenta looks like it's like really old." So it was very calcified, and so it showed that it stopped working basically. At a certain point, it just stopped functioning. So, things could have been really, really bad. The outcome could have been really bad. Thankfully, thank God, the outcome was really, really good, of course, because I have a healthy baby girl. But, it's just something that they should have caught on. But because they were transitioning from OB to a gynecology office, the last few women that they did have available, that they did have that were still OB patients, they had to take care of until they gave birth. But by then they had already, a lot of the staff there had already moved on to another practice that was going to be doing OB, like the sonographer, for instance. And so she wanted to continue to do OB, so she left, and a different girl who was only only knew about GYN she started to do the sonograms there, which I think is messed up because she wasn't too familiar with the OB side, only the gynecology side. And so she didn't pick up on the fact that Sony Love was smaller than what she was supposed to be at my 36-week scan. So that was not good because then, like I said, I have a couple of weeks where, um, potentially things could have gotten really serious. Thankfully, they did not. Hold on a sec. I don't want her to be close to the stove. Say hi. Okay, maybe not. Hold on. Um. Oh, who's home? I'm on live. But anyway, they sent the placenta out to get like a pathology done, and then it came back basically saying that yeah, it stopped functioning at a certain point in time, and luckily, things turned out to be fine. Luckily, but because of how small Sony Love was, she was 5 pounds 9 ounces, and because of how small she was, her temperature kept going down. Her sugar was going down, and her sugar was going down because she was barely eating. Um, Give me one sec. Uh, okay, so yeah, she was jaundice, which means that she's like yellow everywhere, and her sugar was going down, and that was mostly because um that was mostly because of everything going on within inside or whatever. So anyway, she had a lot of meconium. I don't know, it was a lot of different things. Anyway, luckily it went away. Everything was fine. She did good. And then we came to the conclusion with that OB that I definitely need to be taking or having to put injections when I do decide to conceive again, which yes, I do. I would like to have another baby, one or two more. Um, and yeah, so I definitely have to do injections. With Sony, I didn't do injections. With Sophie Love, I did, but for sure the next one I do have to be on injections, and I have to be treated high risk because of what happened. The next two. Yeah. So that's Sony Love's story. I don't think. I mean, I have pictures and videos, I'm sure somewhere. But I have to like put them all together and stuff like that. Just mind you that it was really quiet in here before Angel came home, and now that he's home, there's like chaos going on back here. Everything was calm. Just want to put it out there. So yeah, that's what Sony loves. So with the rice, continuing. So the water that I put in here, it dried up, it soaked up. So I put the flame at a low and I covered it, and that's it. You just let it do its thing. We got the ribs in the oven. And cooking is done. That's it. Dinner's done. Like super fast, super simple. Now you just sit back and relax, pretty much. Um, let's see. I'm a stay-at-home mom too, but now that my son is 12 and my husband and I are still working on having a baby, I think that I want to go back to school to become a librarian. Oh my God, Tia, that's awesome. I've heard of second second something infertility. I can't remember, but it sucks. I'm sorry that you're going through that. I wish I had, you guys know everything I've tried to get pregnant and stuff like that. I've always tried the mangoes. I would get pregnant. It's just I kept losing them over and over. Um, and we still don't know why. It's like unexplained infertility. But the doctor just feels that it kind of got fixed with my first pregnancy. And I think that my first pregnancy, well, Sophie's pregnancy, I didn't lose because I did the injection. So I would definitely look into that if that's something that somebody here is going through, where like you keep having continuous losses, you may want to consider doing. I did Lovenox injections, progesterone injections, and I took baby aspirin, which is one pill, 80 milligrams. So it's something you might want to consult. I did find a miscarriage specialist. He's based off of Boston, but he does um, like telemedicine consultations. So you might want to look into him. He's really good, and he's based out of Boston. He's awesome. Secondary infertility sucks. It does suck. It takes longer to get diagnosed because doctors keep assuming that everything's okay because you already have a child. Don't you hate that? Like, it's so messed up. It's like, hello, just because I had one doesn't mean that now I'm not going through this. That's true. Like, doctors probably are like, oh, you're fine. It's just going to take some time. A lot of doctors, after a while, I think they become very insensitive in their fields because they can't have emotions in it, but they need to also remember that we do have feelings, and our feelings are invested in it. So it sucks that they can be so dry and like, oh, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine for sure. I'm sorry you're going through that, Tia. That really sucks. um I'm trying to think of anything else that I could update you guys on. I don't think this is a good time to go live, I guess, because everybody's still working. I don't know what time is it. Oh, it's 2:42. Yeah, I guess people are still working. Um, but I wanted to come in here on here really quick and say hi and kind of give the Sony love story because a lot of comments that I saw was like, "Wait, you have a second baby? What?" And I'm just like, "Sorry." Um, but I wanted to update you guys on that. So I think I'll do a live later tonight. Just leave a comment and let me know what time is a good time for everybody, and I will do a live at a time that everybody's available. So I'm gonna let you guys go. At least you guys learned how to make this rice. Um, Thank you for the people who were able to come and watch, and I will talk to you guys in my next live. Just let me know what time is a good time. Bye.